Last week we talked about uncommon weather terms, so this week we're going to continue on that theme and talk about uncommon or unusual weather. A heat burst is a downdraft of hot and dry air that typically occurs in the evening or overnight hours as thunderstorms are dying. The atmospheric conditions have to be just right for it to occur. The storm has to be high in the atmosphere, and the air beneath it must be hot and dry. When the storm rains into this dry environment, the water quickly evaporates. Evaporation takes heat energy out of the surrounding air and causes it to cool and contract. We then end up with a very dense parcel of air that is too heavy to stay up, so it begins to fall through the atmosphere. And the quicker it's losing heat, the quicker it falls. In the case of a heat burst, all of the moisture evaporates and that dense air is only getting warmer as it approaches the ground at high speeds. When it hits the ground, it suddenly delivers this oppressively hot and dry air. This can skyrocket temperatures 20 degrees in a minute and stay in place for hours. Haboob. This is an intense and powerful dust storm. These can happen anywhere, but are most often seen around northern Africa and the southwestern US because of the hot, dry air and loose particles. Haboobs form when a thunderstorm collapses and either all the air it collected is blown out in powerful gusts, or the air within it cools and falls rapidly to the surface in a microburst. The strong winds it releases are pushed in front of the storm and pick up dust and debris to create a wall thousands of feet high and miles across. A dust devil is a strong whirlwind of air where dust and debris get caught in it, making it visible. These are really only similar to tornadoes in that they form around a vertical rotating column of air. They are usually much smaller and much less destructive than tornadoes. Dust devils also frequently develop in the hot and dry deserts and even form under fair weather conditions. Sunny skies heat the ground, which can produce swirling updrafts of air called turbulence. If these get tilted upright, then a dust devil can form. Another similar one is a gustnado. This is a small whirlwind which can form from thunderstorm outflow or on the leading edge of thunderstorms. They are not tornadoes, and they do not connect with any cloud-based rotation. The gustnado spins upward from the ground and extends between 30 to 300 feet above the surface. Since the rotating column of air is not connected to the base of a cloud, they are actually classified as thunderstorm wind events. The average gustnado lasts a few seconds to a few minutes and is relatively weak and brief. One more rotating column of air, but this time over water, water spouts. These appear as tornadoes over water, and they can simply be tornadoes that move from land to water. But oftentimes they form in fair weather and cause little harm. Fair weather waterspouts form on the surface of open water and usually last fewer than 20 minutes with low intensity. Warm temperatures and high humidity can cause air to rise with enough strength that water is drawn up with it into a funnel. Snow roller or snow donuts. This is nature's recipe for these little donut formations of rolled snow when just the right mix of moisture, snow, wind, temperatures combine. The snow has to be a light dusting, sticky enough to adhere to itself, but on a surface that it won't cling to. The wind has to be strong enough to get these mounds of snow to curl up and form their signature loop, but not so strong that the whole thing gets blown apart. Now these can also form from wind and the snow on a hill that gently rolls down slope to form the same shape. But either way, these are a rare sight. Weather history for this week is about our monthly May rainfall. I know we aren't quite done with the month, but we have already surpassed, even more than doubled, our average monthly rainfall total of 3.38 inches. Last week, it rained and rained and rained. We picked up 6.73 inches from Monday, May 18th to Friday, May 22nd. We also set 2 new daily rainfall records on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now for all of last week, including this past weekend, we totaled 7.44 inches. That is also now the most rain ever for those dates. And more rain is in store on your 7-day forecast. Rounds of storms start this evening through Saturday, so flooding threat once again. Sunday, we start to dry things out with some nice temperatures. Stay safe, healthy, and see you for next Weather Wednesday.